Okay, which of these is not a way to maintain potent establishing operations for reinforcers? A, let the learner choose the reinforcer for the next task. B, use generalized conditioned reinforcers. C, vary the setting of the session. Or D, use natural deprivation. C is the correct answer. We have to ask ourselves, what is this question asking me? What is not a way to maintain potent establishing operations for reinforcers? So essentially to avoid satiation. So we can use natural deprivation. We can use generalized conditioned reinforcers, and we can let the learner choose the reinforcer for the next task, which essentially is going to give us varied reinforcers that we know that the learner really wants. But C, vary the setting of the session does not help us. So C is actually the correct answer, and none of you chose it. C is the correct answer because it's the only one that's not going to help maintain potent establishing operations for the reinforcers. The setting's not going to change whether something functions as a reinforcer, primarily. I mean, maybe there'd be specific circumstances, but it's the least good answer of the four. And that's one of the good things to remember about certification style exam questions is that you're looking for like the least bad answer. And so, yeah, I would like to caveat this with saying I do not support the use of deprivation. That is not just, I once had a student who their favorite thing in the whole world, the thing that made them just light up was the Very Hungry Caterpillar video that's on YouTube. And his parents were like, the behavior therapist told us to only do that video during the session. And I was like, what a terrible thing to do to another human being, to take their favorite thing and be like, you only get it when you work for me. I can't imagine if somebody like came in my house and like took my crocheting and my like Nintendo Switch and were like, you only get to crochet and play video games when you exercise at CrossFit on Thursday. That would be terrible. But yet we do it, especially for vulnerable learners. And so it's really important. Natural deprivation, fine. You know, if I haven't had chocolate for the afternoon and I choose chocolate as a reinforcer or potential reinforcer, great. But if it's like you can't have that chocolate at any other time other than with me, like that's a problem. So I always like to check in and be like, would I want that done to me? I would want to be able to choose the reinforcer for the next task. I love for people to use generalized conditioned reinforcers, praise, money, smiles. I love it. I would not want somebody to forcefully deprive me of things that I really love. Whether that be like basic human needs, which we should never ever do, but even not basic human needs, even just the things we love. So if we're maintaining potent establishing operations for reinforcers, learner choice is helpful, using conditioned reinforcers is helpful, using natural deprivation is helpful. Varying the setting of the session will not usually affect the EOs for reinforcers.